So it's officially the end and after point of the Tati lawsuit. We've been talking about it for a while, and I really just want to say that it's gone to a horrible place. People are getting threatened daily still over that story. I don't understand how things can be this crazy with one story. A lot of this behavior is obsessive, and you could look around and see where a lot of obsessive things go on, and I think it's the only clue to what really is still happening with this situation. I think it sucks. It basically scares people from weighing in and giving their opinion, and that's where the story's going to end until we see some other news. People like Katie Joy and Gabbie Hanna have a lot in common. You know how Katie would go on these like social media breakdowns, attacking people, lying about things, getting a lot of feedback and heat? That's exactly what's going on with Gabbie. You can draw direct comparisons between what's going on with Gabbie and what we just experienced with KJP. And you'll be surprised once you hear the players in the story and how things have turned out in the last few days. This all starts with Gabbie attacking someone named Rachel Oates, who I think is a pretty good YouTuber. And it's weird because Rachel reviewed some of Gabbie's poetry back maybe a year ago. So it's really strange she let in with this. I'm not here to tell you all the small pieces. I'm just giving you a basic, what's going on. When I say someone's gone full KJP crazy, essentially it means social media crazy. Like, Katie would go out and attack people, then cry that she was being bullied. Let's hear what she has to say.
Rachel is trying to deny the reason she deleted Twitter, so I actually want to let you know what happened.
Well, I know what happened. Basically, you got all of your crazed fans to go bombard her, so she disabled Twitter, but go ahead.
Mutual friend who messaged her outside of me. I literally did not talk to him at all. And he messaged her and he said, have some fucking compassion. You've been the center of hate campaigns online.
Well, he probably heard you accuse her of that. She's never been the center of a hate campaign, or at least participated in it. Unless you have some evidence to show, I'm not gonna believe it.
Leave this girl alone. Like, you're just bullying. And then she started a Twitter campaign trying to say that I manipulated her friend into defending me.
Well, and basically, if you want to see what I've found looking into this on Twitter, I'm not going to show you and drag this out, but what I found basically was that Gabbie is describing what she did to Rachel, but acting like Rachel did it.
That's how narcissistic and abusive this person is, and how much she cannot accept any type of criticism.
Well, you didn't really give her criticism, you just lied about her. One thing about criticism is she actually showed your poetry, read your poetry before she criticized. You haven't shown Rachel doing any of these things, including the narcissism stuff.
Which is hilarious because she really thinks that I can't accept criticism, when the first time her friend confronted her about her shitty toxic behavior, she blamed me, the permanent...
Well, again, she blamed you because you had done it, but that's kind of different than criticism. Criticism's different than what you did on Twitter. You didn't criticize, you attacked her.
Go to the fucking internet and then stop talking to her friend. Face yourself, bitch.
Calling her names like this and seeing the anger. You see the anger inside of her? That's what we used to see with KJP, right? Well, the only other part of this video I want you to see is when Gabbie makes these crazy faces that really scare the living hell out of me. Take a look at this one. Watch it. Oh my god, that's creepy. What is that, 326? Take a look at this one. I'm an alien. I'm hearing in my head, bro, like, oh man. Creep City. Oh god, she's about to go nutso. So basically, Gabbie had a breakdown, and she's now trying to flip it over and act like Rachel's having a break. Do you see the projection? I just want you to see the commonalities between Gabbie and other breakdowns we've seen.
Where the real narcissism comes in is she says I'm talking about her for attention. You mean Miss 4K views on your...
No, yeah, you are. She got 1 million views when she talks about poetry. I think it's kind of cool that Rachel will go completely off the grid and do something different that her audience isn't going to click on. I think it's cool. I don't know why you hate.
Fucking makeup tutorial? Miss 4K views on your commentary piece a week ago? Yeah, I just went and checked. I'm talking about you for attention.
You act like views are the thing that base your life, Gabbie. I think that's what you're showing us through this. Like, who cares if you get low views on a video? Really, like, you're the one that cares about views, obviously, Gabbie. Like, other people don't. I'm just letting you know straight up, other people don't. Maybe
you talk
some
about
do.
me, you get millions. I talk about you, I get still millions, but not because of you.
Well, I think the only reason she got 1 million views on that video is because of how good it was. She literally taught people something, and I don't even think she meant to. She's really good. Like, I'm not even playing. Rachel Oates, she's awesome.
The fact that she said attention-seeking games as if I've ever responded to her before.
Yeah, there's one of the creepy faces again, bro. Oh, that freaked me out. Like, it's like a jump scare. I'm like playing a jump scare video game watching her. It's why I have so much fun doing it, man. I'm getting entertained here. This is entertainment.
And this is where narcissistic abuse happens, is people think that they can say whatever they want about me and that I can't respond.
That's not narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse would be something completely different. It would be more personal, I think, or more repetitious. It wouldn't be based upon poetry and anyway.
I'm allowed to respond when I want. It took me a long time to heal and get better because there were mountains of hate happening to me from all directions at all.
Ignore it, Gabbie, because it's another commonality that you have with KJP. You both will not ignore people out there, and you take it so personally.
And I couldn't go up against all of it. But right now, this morning, as people are tweeting about this shit, and it made me think about it, and it made me want to defend myself, I'm gonna defend myself.
This isn't defending yourself. If you watch Rachel, you could learn something because she actually has points and she's not just rambling insults.
And you don't get to tell me I'm starting drama for finally responding to the months, the multiple videos, the millions of views.
Well, the views have nothing to do with this. Rachel put out some videos and they had a point, so I'm sorry.
The tweets, the Instagram posts, the fact that you made a book mocking me. You fucking weird ass bitch, you published a book mocking me.
I don't think that's what she did with that book. I don't think it. Basically, she published it from her dog's point of view. I don't know how that's mocking you.
I just want to let everyone know, I don't give a fuck anymore about pretty much anything. I mean, I clearly give a fuck. What I mean is I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
You obviously do. And because if the criticism was geared at something that Rachel did, as opposed to claims and unfounded BS, I would believe you there. Now it's time for a bit of criticism. When you do this and lie about what Rachel's done and over dramatize it in this way, it does cause your viewers to want to stand up for you because they believe you and attack Rachel if they haven't seen her work, if they don't know who she is. I'm going to give you a quick example of Rachel's work. Okay, this example is from Gabbie Hanna's Poetry is Bad, Part 1, almost 1.2 million views. I highly recommend this. It's very good. Let me just play where she breaks down a poem to give an example or to boost her criticism, to have something her criticism can be compared to. Okay.
So much in that poem. Oh my god. In 7 simple stanzas, the layers, the storytelling, the imagery, what it all means is just incredible. And it's not necessarily a complex poem in terms of the types of language it uses. It's very easy to read, it's very easy to take in. That surface level is an enjoyable little story, but the fun is not just in hearing it, but in really listening to it, in diving deeper, in pulling back those layers, finding the poet's meaning and then finding your own, figuring out how it relates to your life or not. Can you learn something new from this? Is it telling you something about your own life? Are you seeing things from a different perspective? Are you discovering something about yourself or about someone else? Gabbie Hanna's poems don't do any of that.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Okay, now I know some of you are going to say, but Gabbie also attacked Angelica Oles. Gabbie also attacked other people. And there's a lot of great videos on YouTube that'll break that down. I want to move forward to this. Her versus Trisha Paytas. We're gonna hang out with me while I talk. Gabbie said that her and Trisha were like best friends, and Trisha was gonna go to Thanksgiving, right, with Gabbie, and all of it turned out to be bunk.
I was really looking forward to that. But then the same day that the podcast went up, you posted 2 videos within an hour of each other, calling me a liar and trying to make me look like a crazy delusional person and gaslighting me. Like a lot. So I'm just gonna show the evidence that you're lying. You were a much, much different person to my face than you were on camera, and a much different person than you're being now. So I'm just tired of you being a lying, manipulative, vindictive, exploitative bitch because you're.
You notice she's doing the same thing to Gabbie that she did to Rachel? Same with when Katie did her breakdown and other people have that we've seen. Okay.
Afraid of what I know about you. So I'm just gonna tell everybody what I know about you because I'm tired of protecting your secrets. As far as Thanksgiving, I wasn't exactly right.
She had claimed that Trisha wanted to have Gabbie like alone in Thanksgiving because they're best friends. Trisha says, I was just being polite.
You were gonna stay home and that you should have and we could have just eaten together. So no, you didn't invite me to Thanksgiving, but I got that fact a little bit mixed up.
Now, see, Gabbie came out, attacked Trisha and said, oh, you're not gonna tell people we're best friends? Well, you invited me for Thanksgiving. And then it turned out, no, Trisha had just said this. We should have eaten together. So she didn't invite her for Thanksgiving.
I don't know why you lie like this. You're a really, really mean, malicious person. Like, I
don't get how she's mean or malicious. Her saying she's not your friend and you being like, but I thought we were. You should just be like, whatever then, peace. But you get mad. I don't understand.
Are you so afraid? Well, I know what you're so afraid of, and so will everybody soon.
Well, see, there we wah, wah. Can I get a sound effect, please? Another example of her doing what every other mental breakdown narcissist does. KJP. KJP. Which is saying that they have secret evidence. This is the secret evidence excuse. People use it all the time. What they do is claim that someone's crazy or going to be exposed and claiming they have evidence that's going to come out soon. It never comes out. In fact, that was supposed to go differently. This was supposed to be evidence that never panned out. I don't believe you, Gabbie. Let's skip ahead here.
She could have just left me alone, but she doesn't. She keeps fucking talking about me. So if you're going to keep gaslighting me to the world, saying that I'm delusional and crazy and created a friendship in my mind, well, then I'm just gonna show our friendship. I even invited her into my home after she publicly gaslighted, mocked, and demeaned me to try to squash the beef. And then she went on to continue to make countless videos.
You notice that we're not seeing any of the evidence that she promised?
Tweets, Instagram stories, and TikToks about me. So if I'm living in a fantasy land where I'm delusional and I'm the victim and everybody's attacking me and I can't.
You just said everybody's attacking you and that you are the victim. You did say that a lot. I mean, I don't want to be mean to you, Gabbie. I want you to get some constructive criticism here, but yeah, you did.
Take accountability. Fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm just gonna start saying the truth. My truth.
When can you please start saying it? Because like, there is none yet.
Believe it or don't.
No. You said there's evidence. You said you were going to expose her with evidence. Remember the secret evidence? I want the secret evidence or nothing at all.
Question I had for Trisha.
Oh, here we go again.
Posting all of these super manipulative, fake as fuck posts about, I just want her to be well. I thought we were good after the podcast, even though she continued to fucking talk about me.
You see what happened here? Do you see what's going on here now? Okay, Trisha did respond. In fact, I'm going to pull it up. All right. So this is where it starts, and I just want to say I think Trisha handled this in a really good way. She says, Gabbie is a very delusional person. I truly am like this secret fan of her content, but she tried to convince me for hours that we had exchanges that never happened. To me, I don't want to go back and forth with somebody who needs help and won't get it. That's just healthy. This is literally healthy. This is what I try to tell people that seem to never have a point or never have a resolution or anything that they really want or no goal with what they say and do out here. So I think it's healthy. The next one. Seeing yet another mental breakdown for her is upsetting to me. I went on her podcast trying to do a restart for both her and me, and it just sadly didn't happen. She's not defending herself. She's being obsessive and defensive over the wrong stuff. I did a whole video this week on how I want to see Gabbie have a redemption arc. I want to see her thrive. She has a unique take on her art and it's different. More people would be open to it if she wasn't so destructive. Such a good word. Such a good word to describe what's going on. And look at some of the responses. You're so supportive and kind, it makes zero sense for her to throw it back in your face like this. I agree. Trisha's owning it lately, man. I know a lot of people give her a lot of hate, but when someone tries to come back and actually handle things the right way, I think we also have to say something, right? There's no shame in seeking mental help or seeking help. I go 3 times a week to group and individual therapy. I have a lot of mental health struggles coming at me daily. Key is to seek help and not take it out on others. It's great advice, again. It's just great. And I actually talked to my therapist today. They do the phone thing now. Isn't that weird? But anyway, makes it easier. I blocked her everywhere. I have no interest in the back and forth. And that said, Gabbie's been a victim of serious abuse online from David and a few others. Serious issues that people feel for her on. I wish she would use her voice to stand up for which is actually bullying and harassment and not at people who don't like her poetry. Defending Rachel Oates. Defending Rachel. People don't think about how Rachel has to feel from being the target of all this. Let me see if I can find anything more recent so we can end this, because I know I've been rambling and ranting. So basically, to update you at the end of this video, it's taken me like 3 days to edit it. It's insane. Trisha throws shade at Gabbie after the fact, saying, when you send somebody friendly text 5 years ago, so they use that as proof that you're besties. But then 4 years ago, they spread a rumor you have incurable you know what. So you make a video telling them you don't like them, but they have text from 2016, so they won't let go of to prove. Yeah, we still haven't seen her evidence. Then Gabbie came back, I don't know, a few hours ago. 10 a.m. Oh, p.m., sorry. Oh shit, that was just a couple hours ago. I wish I could just harass people the way they harass me, but my audience doesn't care about them the way their audience cares about me. So she's saying, I wish my audience would harass people in the way that I say other people's audiences harass me, is what she should have said, but oh my god, I just don't. Look, this LMAO girl, you do harass people all the time. So that's the end of this crazy story. In no way detailed, I just wanted to show you the parts I had an opinion on. If you want to let me know how you feel or anything else, leave me a comment down below. Damn, I've missed you guys. Now, I know I talked earlier about, I put a little text box in saying I'd talk about the threats I've been getting. It's all being handled by authorities, and that's all I can say legally. So I'm not going to comment on it further, but I was told by somebody who's pretty smart, that I respect, that I should let people know that when this is happening to me more than I do, because I tend not to talk about it. So yeah.